Happy Black Friday, everyone. My name is Robert Fry. I am a lead forecaster here at the National Weather Service office in Slidell, Louisiana. I'll be completing your weekly weather briefing for today, Friday, November 29th, 2024. So let's get started. So the primary impact going into this weekend and early next week will be the potential for frost and freeze. Generally along and north of the I-10-12 corridor is where we're really going to hone in on for that possibility going into this weekend. So patchy areas of frost may also be possible. Watch those drainage areas, the Pearl River Basin, Pascagoula River Basin, Escatawpa. Those areas tend to overachieve in these types of situations, mainly because they are a lower spot, they're more sheltered, the wind isn't up, so they can actually drop quite a bit there. And long term, it appears that we're going to actually be leaning above average slightly for temperatures and rainfall coming up in about a week or so. So we'll take a look at all that and more coming up in the following slides. The current cold watches and warnings that are currently in effect, it looks like right there along and north of I-12 is the best area I can kind of um, talk about here with the freeze watch in effect for tonight. It looks like these areas will be the most likely to drop. Now for the South Shore and Mississippi Gulf Coast, it's going to be cold, but because of the land-water contrast there, it will be held up just a little bit as it typically is, especially this time of year with the slightly warmer waters there. So we're really going to hone in on Southwest Mississippi, Macomb, and areas along and north of that I-12 corridor. So what are we talking about for morning lows tomorrow? Generally speaking, deterministic lows are going to be in the lower to mid 30s again from generally the Mississippi Louisiana border with Hancock and St. Tammany there, all the way west to Baton Rouge. If you see the South Shore here from Houma to New Orleans, we're looking at lower to mid 40s again because of the water contrast, the land water contrast there. It's going to be held up just a little bit. So just keep in mind, New Orleans, you're going to be cold, but you're not going to be freezing cold. North Shore, the northern suburbs, perhaps. Taking a look at the day 3 through 7 hazards, again, there's a possibility for frost and freeze from southern Louisiana here all the way east to the northern portions of the Florida Peninsula and South Georgia and even the coastal Carolinas areas going into this weekend and early next week. So be prepared. Those plants, those pets, very important coming up into this weekend. Be sure to protect both of those. So as I mentioned, we will start moderating just a bit through mid to late week next week. It looks there like we're going to be leaning above average. So we are going to increase those temperatures a bit. So this looks to be mostly a concern for this weekend, Monday morning, maybe Tuesday morning, and then we're going to slightly start increasing those overnight lows and daily high temperatures. And as I mentioned, slight lean toward above average precipitation. Some Gulf moisture really comes into deep South Texas and generally the Texas coast there. May sneak into portions of Louisiana here over the next week or so with a bit of a pattern change. So summary of impacts again, that primary impact will be the potential for freezing conditions tonight, maybe again Saturday night, Sunday night, and maybe even Monday night, generally along and north of the I-10-12 corridor. Right now, again, that freeze watch for tonight is along and north of the I-12 corridor. It does exclude the three Mississippi Gulf Coast counties, but keep in mind the Pascagoula River Basin, Escatawpa River Basin, those areas do kind of overachieve when it comes to these types of situations. So they may drop into the lower and mid 30s as well, really close to the river there. So patchy to areas of frost expected. Again, generally north of the I-10-12 corridor. Nothing expected for the city. You're going to be in the mid 40s. Again, down to Houma, you're looking at low 40s. So it will be really, really tough to have frost develop with those temperatures, courtesy of the lake and the warmer local waters there. But again, as I mentioned, the drainage areas, Pearl, Pascagoula, and also Escatawpa. Finally, again, long term, we're not going to stay cold. We're going to moderate again back into slightly above average temperatures and maybe slightly above average in terms of rainfall in about a week or so. So that's all I have for you all today. I hope everyone had an amazing turkey day yesterday. staying safe in the Black Friday sales out there today. Again, stay warm. Remember those pets and those plants out there as we finally go into winter here. It seems. Otherwise, if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, let us know. We'll be happy to field those. As always, like us on Facebook, follow us on X, reach out to us. Everyone, have an amazing holiday weekend out there.